For the American Midwest today, there's been little respite from the deep freeze. That is expected to come this weekend as the polar air mass pushes on. But it leaves at least 15 people dead and a long list of all-time low temperatures. Here's Amna Nawaz with more.
This is Appleton, Wisconsin. It is negative 22 degrees. Feels like negative 42.
Days of dangerous cold came to a head early this morning for much of the Midwest. In northeastern Wisconsin, wind chills of 43 below zero froze hot water in midair. In Illinois, a state record-breaking minus 38 degrees in Mount Carroll, not counting the wind chill. In Houston, Minnesota, minus 37 degrees, negative 49 with the wind chill. And in Michigan, wind chill readings in the negative 40s, compounded by a fire yesterday at a natural gas station north of Detroit.
We made it through the night.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer and Michigan's main natural gas utility had to ask people to turn thermostats down to 65 degrees. Automakers General Motors, Ford, Fiat Chrysler, and other big energy users suspended production at 18 plants.
The voluntary efforts and the curtailment efforts that dropped the load by about 10% was needed in order to be able to weather the peak that we saw this morning.
Meanwhile, crews scrambled to restore electric grids and gas lines elsewhere, including to some 60,000 customers who lost power around Chicago yesterday. The city had already frozen over, and Mayor Rahm Emanuel warned of a new storm.
With more snow on the way, we're not out of the woods yet.
But most vulnerable to the long stretch of cold, thousands of homeless people across the region. In Madison, Wisconsin, First United Methodist Church has been running an emergency shelter since Monday. Karen Andro is in charge.
In this kind of crisis, and it is a crisis, it really is akin to a hurricane, a tornado, a fire, and losing your home. What's happening right now is that conditions that are already stressed.
Andro says her group and others could use financial contributions, volunteers, and shipments of hand warmers and blankets.
Outerwear, we see people coming in with very ill-equipped outerwear, like the thin mittens, the thin cloth mittens, be it not in its socks, the appropriate socks. So I guess just all of that outerwear.
And as the cold blast reaches the East Coast, officials from Washington to New York are urging caution.
For residents, stay inside, help your neighbor, clear your sidewalk, and stay safe.
For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Amna Nawaz.